What a good time for the rain to start falling right now. It's raining, it's forecasted. It was forecasted for the rain to start, but I thought it would be around 5, but it just began to rain. So let's hope that you can get me loud and clear. But if you hear some distortion in the background, it is the weather. It's not me. We have a lot to talk about today. Very important things to talk about. Yesterday, because of what happened today, is the reason why I was not on my live yesterday. Because I could have said something. You know me. I can't keep things a secret for long. So as not to say anything, I thought, let me stay off the internet for yesterday. Now today I have more to talk about. First things first. I know a lot of you were concerned about the tone of my rhetoric, about the things I've been saying for the past weeks. You have sensed my frustration. Because we are connected somehow, I think you are really, really sincere with your emotional connection to me, so you can feel when I'm having some issues. And what I want to say is that I am not one to hide things. I'm not the type. I can't pretend. If I have an issue, I will voice that issue. And I'm over with it. But to walk around with that issue on my mind, it's bad for my heart. It's bad for my peace. It's better I come on my live or my shows and I talk about it, get it over with, than to carry it around and harbor animosity, and I can't do that. But let me assure you of one thing. When I say to you that I am a Jaganite, I am truly a knight of Jagan. Chetty Jagan, meaning I'm a hardcore Jaganite. I am the ancient PPP, not the modern one, the ancient one. Yeah, it's sounding there, so try to ignore it, please, as much as you can. I beg you, I have to bring this to you today. I must. Now, in case you missed the news back a few days ago, we were all distracted with what's happening within Guyana, mostly in the Venezuela borders there with Maduro and all that we did not pay attention to what was happening in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, the capital city of Brazil. We didn't pay attention to what's happening there. I want to make mention of what's happening there because I want you to understand that my position on crime, my position on how to deal with criminals, murderers, thieves, vagabonds, scraps, scrapes, hooligans, is not unique to me. There are people around the world in different countries that shares my position, my belief, my sentiment. They have a similar ideology as to how to deal with crimes and criminals. We have just there Donald Trump, President Trump. Look at how he's cleaning up America with drugs and crime and all these things. Look at how he's cleaning America. I applaud that. Brazil almost had civil war a few days ago. It is continuing. However, the law enforcement has it under control. The same kind of criminals Guyana has to deal with, the scrape heads, the ones who like to run up and pull guns and shoot people and rob them and murder people. The whole day they're smoking cocaine and marijuana and all these things. Yeah, they have it there too. And the majority of the people that the police and the army in the capital city of Brazil, in the ghettos, they had to go in there as if they're fighting a war, as if they're going after terrorists, Hamas terrorists. They had to do like what Israel have done. They had to go in and they had to bomb the ghetto. They had to use force, big machine guns, drones, grenades. It was a total war zone. You would think that this is a country invading another country. No. It was the Brazilian Homeland Security or Ministry of Home Affairs with the police, the intelligence agencies, the federal police officers who declared war on criminals. They had to invade the ghetto in Brazil and fuck up the criminals. They had to. Court system in working, jailing them in working. They're getting bail, they're getting out early, or they're becoming more criminalized when they go into the jail. So when they come out, they learn from the older ones in the prison. And when they come out, they are worse than they go in. So the only option they had was to just on site. 130 violent criminals, scrapeheads, were gunned down in one day. 130. They were, the police in Brazil were Judge Dredd. They were judge, jury, and executioner. Because they went in and they were reached with heavy fire from the criminals. Now, don't ask me who the criminals were. 90% of the criminals, the murderers, the drug dealers, the junkies, all 4 police died too. The criminals murdered 4 police in the process. Folks, 90% of these criminals were black. The rest were mixed. And some, but most of the criminals that was arrested and killed by the police, most were black people, men and some women. You understand what I'm talking about here? But they had enough. The system in Brazil had enough. Every time they have to go in and try to clean the ghettos, every time. And this time they said, fuck it, enough is enough. So they went with the military and the police and wiped them out. Usually what happens after things like that, Human Rights Association came out, this association came out, that association came out, the African Association came out, the Negro Association came out, all of them came out from different countries. And what did they do? They condemned. They said it's extrajudicial killing, racial killing. The police targeted the poor blacks. But when these criminals who are murdering people, robbing them, holding them up at gunpoint, soliciting money from shop owners. These gangs were killing people with drugs. You didn't hear from the human rights and all these organizations, just like Guyana, just like Guyana. You never hear from them when these criminals are terrorizing people. You never hear from them. The only time you hear from them is when the police go and do their job. Then you hear extrajudicial killing. He was innocent. They got the wrong guy. Every time they got the wrong guy. Oh, yeah. No. Criminals snitch on criminals. They always get the right people. Is the guilty cry foul? I have advocated for that same system in Guyana. Go in the ghettos. You know where the fuck they are. Go in the ghettos and wipe them out. I've been saying it continually. Get the army on the streets with the police. Go in the ghetto and get them fucking criminals. Shoot them on sight, man. The rest of the world is doing that to clean up their country. They're doing that. Why the fuck you can't do it? You know where the ghettos are. All the villages that are terrorizing people. You can't even buy a bicycle. You buy a bicycle, they think you're rich. They want to rob you the next day. Let the military and the police go and clean up the ghettos in Guyana. Either way, the PNC-controlled Human Rights Association, Red Thread, and all of these hustler association in Guyana, they would talk anyway, no matter what the fuck you do. They would still criticize the government because in their mind, it's an Indian government. In their mind, it targets the black people. But you don't hear from them when they're robbing people, killing people. Oh, you don't hear from them. So, Minister of Home Affairs, our neighbors, the countries in the neighborhood of Guyana, are pressing down on crime. They are using violence against violence. They're sweeping the ghettos. They're getting rid of all the drugs. They are doing all of that. All we need to do is do the same thing. Guyanese mothers. Mainly our mothers are the ones who would come out and put on this drama. Guyanese mothers. If you love your sons, I understand. You give birth to them, you raise them, I get it. Raise them with good values. If they start stealing from a baby, beat their asses. Observe the wrongs they are doing as children and beat their asses so when they become adults, they wouldn't end up in prison or dead. But don't turn a blind eye. And when your children grow up to become scraps and scrapes, and they are terrorizing people, they're stealing, they're robbing, they're doing all of these things, then you're going to cry, say that, oh, it's violence against black people, it's this, it's that. No. You shape your children the way you want society to respect them. Okay? Otherwise to that, let the police do their job. And if your child happened to be a casualty because they live among thieves, then so be it. But Guyana need to rid the country of the fucking criminals. Shoot them on sight. As your shadow Home Affairs Minister, I'm giving the orders. Go and burn down the ghettos. Burn the fucking ghettos down. Flood it out. Flood it out. Let a tsunami of police, a tsunami of soldiers sweep the ghetto. Wash out all them rats and roaches. Then you can build some decent houses where decent folks can live. Now, I am apt to change my mind, like I said. When I have access to new information, better information, I must be satisfied with the information that I'm getting. It's like a software. Every time you have to check on where you make mistakes, and you keep updating your system, updating your system. That's what Facebook does, right? That's why every time they say you need to upgrade, because they are learning from their mistakes. Now, while the Guyana police force may have capitalized on AI, and they're not that much of an expert in the uses of AI, because AI has flaws. It's not perfect yet. There's a lot of flaws with it. You may have distortions, you may have extremity and things like that. But I want to come down to the fact. The fact of the matter is, the person, the physical person that they found on the east bank of Essequibo, a region that Venezuela claims belongs to them, that Venezuela has given their governor the right to manage Essequibo from Venezuela. Oh yes, you didn't know that? Venezuela, they're busy putting systems together because Essequibo, as they say, belongs to them. So the person who was made governor is busy appointing people and whatever they're doing from Venezuela. So they have given their citizens the right to occupy Essequibo because it belongs to them. Yes, it's happening. So that criminal that they catch is the right person. They caught the right person. The images was distracting. The images was deceitful because they depended on AI to help them out with, defining it and give it some sharpness, and AI is flawed. But the DNA is correct, and the person that the police has is, well, the person who executed the crime. So my correction on that, they got the right person. The images were not reliable, but the physical person that is in the custody of the police is the correct person. But he is not the mastermind, regardless of what he says. He is not the mastermind. They are yet to reveal the mastermind. He's just one of the operatives. He executed the murder, the terrorism, along with the others. But they worked on orders. We are yet to know who the mastermind is. My theory, again, remember I said to you, there is a political twist to that, in that if the Mohammeds are linked to that, it is to send a message to President Irfan Ali that, hey, listen, you better swear that man in next week, whatever day. Because if you don't, more is to come. I was speculating because it didn't make any sense to me. If Maduro wanted to to operate terrorism in Guyana, he could have done it a year ago. He could have done it since when they were busy with their elections and stuff. He could have been trying to scare the shit out of Guyanese and the government long before. Why now? Why did it happen when it happened? Maduro cannot escape his fate when it comes to the Americans. That's a locked fate. Next week he's gone. Next week, Maduro is out. Next week, he's out. Either way, they're getting him. They are getting him next week. Let me see if I can prophesy. Before the convening of the Guyanese parliament, Maduro would be in the hands of the Americans. Before. If it happens, I would not be Dr. Prasad anymore. I'll be Professor Dr. Prasad. I mean, Prophet Dr. Prasad. If it happens, I'm prophesying that before the parliament is convened in Guyana, that will be Monday, Maduro could very well be in the hands of the Americans. I had said before, and I tried to play a bit around with it, that the Mohammeds would be out before the parliament. I spared the son and I said the father. But you see, they're both joining the team. Both of them. Now, in case you're getting any fucked up ideas, remember what I just said when I started to Guyanese parents. There was a crisis in Brazil where the police and the military shut down the ghetto. They killed over 130 gangsters and thieves and murderers who thought they were invincible, that everybody's afraid of them. They thought so. They are terrorizing the city, the country. And they are not done. They are going from city to city and clean up the fucking terrorists. Let me tell you why I mentioned that. The same thing I said before the elections, I'm going to repeat that. When I cautioned the Guyanese mothers, Afro-Guyanese mothers in particular, and I told you to talk to your sons. They go to vote and they get home. Because this time ain't long time. There ain't no burning, no looting, no protest, none of that shit. I said it before the elections. A lot of you listen. A lot of you listen. So in the history of Guyana, it was the first time Guyana has experienced a peaceful, well-organized, well-executed elections. Peaceful. The first time. I want to thank you for that. Now I'm appealing to the Guyanese mothers again. Azruddin Mohammed and his father and all their associates don't deserve your blood. You understand? Azruddin Mohammed, Nazar Mohammed, and all the people who will be fingered and subsequently extradited to face their crimes. They are not your relatives, they're not your blood. Don't sacrifice your life for them. Don't sacrifice your life for them. Let the 16 persons that benefited from the billionaire, let them go and protest. Let them go and get shot by the police. Let them do it. You, the Guyanese parent, talk to your children. Don't go and do shit for Mohammeds. Don't go and confront the police or the justice system for the Mohammeds. You will be shot to fucking death. Don't do it. Let them face the legal system. Let them face the justice system. That's why we have courts. That's why we have a legal system. So these accused can them in their defense. Black man, black woman, child, it's not your call to go out on any fucking street to protest for Mohammeds. Black man, black woman, black child. Mohammed is an Indian Guyanese, Muslim Indian Guyanese. All their lives they lived in an exclusive environment. They live in a little cocoon. They didn't know you exist. When they're socializing, when they have their parties, when they have their functions, you were not invited. Suddenly they love black people. Suddenly they love poor people. Don't get tricked. You will die. Don't get tricked. They have lived all their lives with a gold spoon in their fucking mouth. All their lives. But crimes will catch up with you. Don't go to any appeal, because I am not going to stand. I am not going to stand and support any protest. If your children, your husbands and your wives go out and say they want to break, burn, loot, or disable Guyanese society, I am ordering the police. As your shadow Home Affairs Minister, I am ordering the police to use brutal force to shut it down. Use brutal force to shut it down. We already had to deal with a terrorist bombing. We already had to deal with that. And people suffered. Infrastructure was destroyed. People suffered. Yes, the terrorist will get the death penalty. Congratulations. I like that. But not only when they put a bomb somewhere, that's terrorism. You need to redefine terrorism. Redefine it. When they are terrorizing communities by looting, burning, like what they did in Tushin, I'm not done with that yet. What they did with Tushin, what they did for that double-day hotel, the way they burned that building, that was an act of terrorism. Those people should have also faced the death penalty. That also constitutes terrorism. The terrorism law should also be used when it comes to these things. That's the definition of terrorism. Intent to terrorize. What they did is terrorism. So if anybody from the Win Party on social media, or they use their platform to call on anyone to go out to protest, to burn stuff, loot stuff, go and get these fuckers, man. Go and get these people. I don't want the world to think the Ali government is a weak government. I don't want the world to think that we can't enforce our own laws against the criminals in our country. The world must understand that we have a strong president, a man who stands for law and order. The world must understand that. If the president is going to all of these countries and he's receiving honors and respect, it means that the countries respect the way the country is going. But if you're going to allow PNC people, APNU people, WIN people, and all the thugs from the ghetto to say they're fighting for justice for a fucking criminal, and you have all these organizations, these racist organizations, are going to come out and want to back that and support that, use the full force of the law and go after, shut down any protest, military style. Shut down any protest, military style. Make it a bad job. If they want to join their leader, they can join their fucking leader. Guyana is a peaceful country. Let us keep it that way. We are not scaring off any tourist. We are not scaring off any business investment. Every Guyanese needed to feel safe, needed to be safe. The Mohammeds were arrested because it was due time. I was getting frustrated as to why the Americans were taking so long to send the order. That the indictment, the order should have followed 7 days after the indictment. I was becoming uneasy. I thought they were going to strike a deal so that he would not have to leave. But that would have put Guyana in a bad position internationally. Because the Americans would never strike a deal with a criminal in another country. They wouldn't do that. So if the Mohammeds had escaped extradition, it would have meant that the government got involved. And the government would have lost my trust, my support. So that's why I was pushing that I'm going to start a political party, just in case they compromise and help this man to prevent extradition. Then I was done with Ali. I was done with all of them. Because I know it had to be a deal struck. A deal was made. But since they were arrested, good. You're back under my good graces. Good. In no way that man could have been sworn in. In no way. All the stuff I said is to push the government, push the system. What the fuck you doing? You're going to swear this man in because you're afraid of them thugs? That's why I said he's going to be sworn in, just to push the government. What the fuck you doing? This is bad for the country. Now I want to see. I want to see right now which court, because they are going to fight. Now they're going to fight extradition. They're going to use all the politics they can play to get some judge in Guyana to block the extradition. They're going to try to do that, to prolong it until Monday. They're going to try to prolong the extradition until Monday, because Monday, is it Monday or Tuesday? But one of the days, the parliament will be convened. If they can prolong and fight the extradition, and some judge say, no, you cannot extradite Guyanese citizen because we don't have the treaty. We have the treaty with England and not America. America cannot make a request via England for something with America. Yeah, they can play politics. They can do that. If they are successful in blocking the extradition, it doesn't mean he will be free. They can try to get him out on bail and block the extradition. If those two things happen, they will have to swear him in because he's not convicted. They will have to swear him in. And this would determine from now to Monday. They have to be busy over the weekend. I hope the judges that will handle this case are not PNC judges. I hope they're not judges that are taking money. I hope they can deliver the law. I want to commend the magistrate in Georgetown who granted the arrest warrant. I want to commend that. After all, they're not all controlled by the PNC. Because if it was a PNC magistrate, they're going to get him. So now we have to see what happens if the extradition is blocked. Then we're fucked. He ain't going anywhere. But they have to get him out of the country before Monday. He has to be delivered to the Americans, to Interpol, before Monday. And when that happens, the parliament cannot be convened on Monday or Tuesday. It cannot. The parliament has to stay suspended. The WIN people have to go in and deal with their constitutional issues, or the PNC becomes takes the position of the opposition. What's the man's name? Campbell. Because Azruddin would be the constitutionally elected opposition. When he's gone, the runner-up, that's the law. The WIN people cannot appoint somebody now. No, they can't appoint somebody now. The runner-up, the PNC runner-up, which might be Norton or this Campbell guy, will assume the opposition leader position. One of the two. Nobody from WIN can get that position. Their boss is fucked. He's out. You can't put somebody else. No, it doesn't work like that. If it happens, then the system is really messed up. Then the system is really messed up if that happens. If the WIN party puts somebody else as in Azruddin's place, then something is wrong with the Constitution of Guyana. It's not supposed to happen. Okay? They have to wait until another elections, then to have a chairman, then to have a candidate, then. But right now, black people, nobody from the WIN party can assume the position of an opposition leader now. The opposition will go to the PNC. So don't let them come telling you That is a witch hunt. It's fraud. It's unconstitutional. No. They're going to play on your emotions. They're going to play on your emotions and then call you out to go protest for this criminal, and you will be shot at. You will face your death. You are going to die like dogs on the street. Don't buy into the stupidity from the Win people. Their boss knew. He knew that his days were numbered. He knew that. He tricked his people. He lied to them. He made them think that he's immune. Invincible. Oh, I'm a billionaire. Nobody can touch me. I own the judges. I own the courts. I own the police. Yeah, but you don't own the FBI and the American justice system or the government of Guyana. You may have bribed politicians over the years. That was then. You know politicians, right? Politicians are like police. Politicians are like police. You and them are good as long as you stay within the law. You break the law, the police is like, hey, we can't be friends anymore. I have to do my job. You don't bribe police because you want to be a criminal. No. If you have to give a police officer something, it's because you like them, you want to support their job, not because you want to break the law. You want to give a politician something, it's not for favors. Because when push comes to shove, the politicians will denounce you. I don't know him, because he would have to count his cost as against standing with you, and it will cost him more. Don't sacrifice yourself for these Mohammeds. Black people I'm talking to. Remember, these are two Indian. You hate Indians, right? Good. Two Indian men who robbed the system, your taxes. They were fingered in all kinds of crime. The Americans that are white pursued them, followed them, charged them, now want to arrest them and put them in jail. It ain't your problem. Black people, is not your problem. Let me go even further. Let the Indo-Guyanese go and protest for Mohammed. Let them go. You be racial and you say, hey, fuck it, I ain't doing it. He's Indian, let them Indian go and get killed for him. I ain't going. Do that. I'll support that. Don't let the Mohammeds use you, black people, to go and get your ass killed for them. Because you know why? The Indo-Guyanese, they're smart. They love life. They love their freedom. The Mohammeds can never call on the Indo-Guyanese to go and do any fucking protest for them. The Indo-Guyanese was like, what? Me putting myself on the line for you? And you have never given me 100 million? You gotta be kidding me. So if the Indians would not go and get themselves killed for the Mohammeds, black people, you don't do it. Black people, don't do it. Go about your business. Support your government. President Irfan Ali is the elected president of Guyana. Support your government. The Guyanese government did not indicted the Mohammeds. The People's Progressive Party did not go and arrested the Mohammeds. The Guyana police force doesn't work for the government. They work for the people. The Guyana police force don't answer to the government. They answer to the people. They're there to enforce the law and to maintain order. Your fight is not with the Guyanese police force. Your fight is not with the government of Guyana. If you have an issue regarding the Mohammeds, it's with the Americans. The Americans should be a problem, not the government of Guyana, not the Indo-Guyanese, not the police of Guyana. They're not your problem. Don't let the people from Win Party seduce you and trick you and coerce you into thinking that their enemy is your enemy. Turn your backs now. Turn your backs. Be careful what you share on social media regarding this case, because all your information will go in the system. You don't want the effects of the sanction to reach you. Protect yourself, protect your family. The Mohammeds fight is their fight. They have money. Let them pay their lawyers. Let them do what they have to do to deal with their crisis. But you should not partake in it. Don't let no Odessa Philip, no Rastafarian lesbian, don't let none of them, Doggy or none of them, call you out to go protest for Mohammed. Mohammed is a demon. He got what he deserved. And it ain't over yet. When the justice system in America say you're guilty on all charges, you're sentenced to so many years in prison, then it is over. Then. But for now, this is the beginning. Do not be sympathetic to these people, for these people. Do not be sympathetic for these people. You don't know who was funding the Black Squad or the Phantom Squad that you said black people murdered your sons and daughters. You don't know who was funding them. You think it was just Roger Khan, as you claim? You think it was only Roger Khan involved in funding the squad or whatever? Get your facts correct. I'm not saying who else, but I'm giving you something to think about. They like to sue people, right? Don't be sympathetic for rich people. Don't be sympathetic for billionaires, not even politicians. If politicians in Guyana are indicted, if politicians in Guyana are wanted, bravo, be happy about it, because they're fucking corrupt. They deserve every ounce of jail time. You don't have any feelings for that. You're punishing, right? You're struggling. You can't pay your rent. They are building shitty houses for you. You have issues with your electricity. Your water is messy. You can't feed your family. You can't feed your children. You can't pay your bills. Your husband is left. Your wife has left. She's cheating. Your son is a thug. Your daughter is a prostitute. All of those problems you have. And the politicians that are trying to get you to give your life for them, they don't have those problems. You have it. So tell Azruddin and his father, go fuck yourself in federal prison. Tell all them politicians that will want to call you out, say, hey, go fuck yourself. Join your boss. If you so love your boss, take his place. See if they'll do it. See if they will tell the Americans, hey, okay, save Azruddin, let him come back and enjoy his billions, and you with Odessa Philippines, oh, they're going to go and serve the time for him. See if they'll do it. They won't do it. But they want you, the average Guyanese, to go and get shot on the streets for them. Fuck it. I hope he goes before Monday. Ship him the fuck out. It's a free ride to the federal prison. Don't break the law. All the others who would soon be indicted, it doesn't matter who it is. Let me tell you something. If the investigation that will follow, if whatever deals the Mohammeds are going to make with the feds, if they provide credible information and evidence that anybody else in the government of President Irfan Ali Even if it's the president himself, and they can provide information to the feds, solid information, that President Irfan Ali or Vice President Jagdeo or whoever it is commit crimes, hence they too must face the justice system or indicted, I am 100% supportive with the federal system. 100%. The same passion I have for Azruddin and his family to face the system, I have with anybody else who breaks the law to that magnitude. Be it Irfan Ali, Jagdeo, whoever the fuck it is. You break the law, you commit crime, you're wanted, you're indicted, go face your crimes. I am in support of that. So don't think if this was Jagdeo, I would be speaking differently. Hell no. Don't think if it was President Ali, I'll be speaking differently. Hell no. It is across the board. Across the board. So I'm not discriminating. I have nothing against the Mohammeds personally. No. I have against the crimes they committed, the monies they robbed from the taxpayers, the way they have affected the economy of Guyana, the way they have contributed to the decline growth over the years. Look how much you struggled. Look how much the government had to fight, borrow money, borrow money. Look how much. You think if billionaires like the Mohammeds were paying their taxes, they weren't robbing the government, they weren't stealing, you think half the debt the country had, they would have been taking it? You're talking 40 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion. You know what kind of money that is? I can't have sympathy for those people. They have cars they won't even drive. They have boats they can't even sail in. They have so much houses they can't live in it. All accumulated fraudulently. And you, the average Guyanese, are going to be sympathetic and you want to cry for these fuckers? What are you, stupid? You're a fool. You are a fool. You're going to cry for them? For them? Don't warn your children. Don't talk to your stupid ass husband. Don't talk to your stupid ass, dumb ass daughter, like those that went and stood in the way of the GRA when they went to collect their items. Don't talk to them. You will have a real reason to cry. Let them go and start any nonsense on the streets. Let them go. But at the end of the day, Guyana has to uphold the rule of law. They have to uphold the rule of law. We all know what the Mohammeds did. Everybody knows, the world knows, and we all know that their days were numbered. They thought by getting involved in politics, getting involved in elections, it would have saved them. My worry was if he was sworn in as opposition leader, they couldn't extradite him. Not while he was in the office of opposition leader. They couldn't. If he doesn't leave the country before Monday's parliament or Tuesday's parliament, he have to be in prison in Guyana. If he is in prison in Guyana, that would save the parliament. But if he's out on bail and he's just free to roam pending the case, they have to swear him in. The president of the country, President Irfan Ali, would have to show the Guyanese that he has balls. And because of the constitutional crisis, he cannot convene the parliament. You understand? So I hope if the court that they're busy with block the extradition and Azruddin and his father is out on bail, I hope the parliament is cancelled. I hope so. Because if it's not cancelled and they show up on whenever they have to go, what's the excuse? So until next time, I ask you, pay attention to what's coming out. Stand with your government. Do not be a part of any destruction, of any chaos. Count your lives, value your lives. Let the Mohammeds go and deal with their crimes. Let all the people go and deal with their crimes. Do not allow the opposition to manipulate your emotions, black people. Don't let them control your emotions. Stand with your family. Stand against the Mohammeds. Let them go and face the justice system in the US. I stand with law and order. I stand with the Guyanese people. I stand with the Guyanese government. And I definitely stand behind the president, President Irfan Ali. Until next time, goodbye now.